gets back home tonight, and the clock just starts right over, and the walls come closing in, and the bathroom dips and then twirls, and your eyes get sunken in so deeply you can't recognize the face you see so easily. No one gets back home tonight.
We are live.
We are.
Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
I'm just
Oh my
spamming all the
gosh.
socials. Don't mind me.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, I
100%.
totally just spammed every social I had and many Discord channels and all the self promos. This is amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to do.
Mhm.
Welcome in, everybody. While River's busy, I'll be our
Welcome.
host to get everything started. We are here. Riv, myself, are once again co-hosting this. We are here with Theia. She will be
Hi.
joining us for this wonderful interview. Welcome in, Theia.
Happy to be here. How's everybody
Thank you
doing
so
today?
Tired. I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but I'm just tired from everything. But I think we can all get behind that.
No,
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
this is the most tame my weekends have been in the past month and a half. So
Yes.
I totally get that.
I don't even remember what a tame weekend is like because every weekend for me has like 5 or 6 appointments that I have to do, and then it's like, oh, then we're back into the work week. Off we go. So it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Ooh, we've got our chat blowing up already here.
Oh yeah, it's popping off. Got a lot of people showing up, which is exciting. But
Yes. Everyone, welcome to Transpotting, the stream version of the podcast. Still a podcast, but now a stream as well. As Samera said, we're here with Theia, who is a
Yes.
model.
Hi, yeah. I do have
Fucking
my
awesome.
picture taken every now and then.
Every now and then.
Yeah.
Just a
you
little
know.
bit. Just a little tiny bit.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like on a 7-day clock, you know? I get most of my pictures taken on Saturdays.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah. It's a good thing this was on a Sunday, so.
Yes. We are so thankful for you to be joining us here.
Yeah,
This is
happy
our
to
first, I think,
engage.
first time we've had a guest for season 2. First time that Samera has been co-host while we have a guest as well, which is pretty great.
Yeah, this is our first
Congrats.
guest. But yeah, this is my first time co-hosting.
Oh, well, you're doing great so far.
Oh, thank you.
But no, I'm excited to be here. Happy to engage with the community more than just, posting my pictures online with the inspirational captions. But, I've been looking to do more stuff like this anyways. So I'm just happy to finally start getting a little bit more involved.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Welcome to the chaos of
Got
our
some folks
streams.
pouring in.
I'm
Yeah,
here
and the
for it.
chaos of our chat as well. I get distracted from watching the chat, and if I just blue screens because I'm watching the chat, saying silly things, I might put them on screen and talk about the silly things being said. Or yeah,
I don't know. I'm here for it. Happy to hear.
Chat. If we start to get freezy, everyone yell at Samera.
What the? Oh.
You just casually hear the microphone peak for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
All right.
I'm the
Well, once
worst.
again,
once again, welcome to Transpotting, the show that spots you back. That's
We're
nothing. We're watching you. Thea, welcome to the show. Is this your
Happy
first
to be
podcast you've been
here.
on?
It is the first podcast that I've
Woo!
been on. I've actually kind of been looking to get into something like this, and honestly, I couldn't think of a better one to start with. So,
Aw, thank you.
yeah. I mean, I had
love
kind of
having you
been
here.
following along. I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff when I'm in the car, that and audiobooks because I do a lot of driving. So, I don't know. I had kind of been picking up on this, and then here we are.
Why I have to put something on stream. Knifey Spoony says big sister Riv is always watching. Yeah,
accurate.
That's accurate, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I feel watched at a minimum.
Well, you know. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Camera's here. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like position myself so it looks like I'm actually talking to someone and not the screen. And I'm
That's
trying
smart.
something new here.
Yeah,
But it's messing with my dysphoria, something fierce.
No,
So
well, we don't want that.
I would say not to worry too much about it because it's just kind of funny to watch the screen how it switches from angle to angle from person to person. And of course you're sitting here talking to somebody, but of course then it gives you the big screen preview and there's nobody there.
There's no one there.
Yeah. No, you're looking great. Don't worry about it.
Well, you should be on this show all the time, so you can tell me I look great.
I can just tell you that. I don't have to be on the show for it.
Okay, that's fair.
Amazing.
Not that I wouldn't want to come back.
You better. I've even gotten done with the first one. I'm already bullying you.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
Should we get into it?
Yeah.
Do you want to get into the interview?
Do it.
You want to do an interview?
I'm here for it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for, right?
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
Theoretically. Theoretically.
No, my God. It every time.
Oh my. Okay.
See, the problem, it's a part of my vocab. So every time I say it, someone's just like, wait a minute, I'm going to be clever here.
Oh, I am 100% going to take those moments.
Yeah, go for it. I'm here for it.
Awesome. Well, Theia, let's start off with a little bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You are a model. Let's hear it. Let's give us a brief introduction about yourself and who you are.
Yeah, so I'm a model, as we said, but I'm also a trans woman. I transitioned about 4 years ago, and to be honest, it was one of those things where I didn't really think about things like dysphoria a lot when I was younger. I mean, I would look down, I'd see my chest, and I'm like, that's not big enough. And so then I'd go to the gym and I'd work out a lot more, trying to grow my tits, and ultimately was never satisfied, no matter how swole I got. And eventually it kind of like dawned on me. I was talking to one of my trans feminine friends, and I have always been the curious type. And I was like, hey, you want to tell me about your experience? And I apparently said some very egg-like things like, doesn't everyone want to be a woman? Apparently not. So that kind of sent me down the questioning spiral and started exploring that. I was lucky to have a handful of partners because I'm polyamorous who were super supportive. And then I want to say sometime last year in like late October, early November, I was my most recent partner was also a model, but hadn't really done it in a long time. And I kind of just went to their shoots with them when they started it back up. And I kept having like makeup artists and hairstylists that are there because we work with like a whole like hair and makeup school. And so there's always a bunch of people in the studio like practicing that kind of thing. And so we walked in, people kept walking up to me saying, oh, are you modeling today? And I was like, no, but maybe I should. And
was it more like, no?
Well, yeah, because like, let's be real here. We all grappled with dysphoria in one way, shape, or form or another. And so like the concept of like, yes, I can be the conventionally attractive, like put on screen bitch is not a thought most of us have on a regular basis. No. And so to have people kind of like consistently in that space being like, yeah, so you're here to model, right? I was just being moral support, if anything, helping.
Like, what are you doing in your streets? Come on, honey.
Yeah.
Get back to the changing room.
And so eventually I was like, okay, well, I I guess I'll join a couple Facebook groups and I'll reach out to, a handful of people. And I made a post in one Facebook group and I was like, hey, here's some pictures that I've taken of myself, Vanna White myself up for them. And if you want to do photo shoots, like, hit me up. And I expected to get absolutely no response. Like, earnestly, I went to bed, I posted that, went to bed, and I woke up to like 15 different photographers all like reaching out to me like, hey, let's get something booked, let's get something on the schedule. And then I want to say for most of November, I was shooting like every 2 to 3 days. And that was a wild experience for me because I went from like not really being the biggest fan of like pictures being taken. I was very much shy and introverted to now everybody's wanting to take my picture. And it's just kind of been that. I took a little bit of time off after the holidays, but now I'm shooting every weekend because I have a full-time job. And I recently actually got published internationally.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, in Amsterdam. And then this is kind of like a teaser, but I will also be published here in like the next, I don't have a watch, but here in the next like give or take 4 or 5 days in Tokyo.
Well, damn.
That's so cool. And
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm. It's been a blessing, but it has also been a lot of hard work and time spent, staring at my phone for hours on end. But I'm in love with the process. So
wonderful.
Yeah. That's a little bit about me. I've got a dog. I've got a cat. They're both lovely. The dog.
What are their names?
The dog is Mowgli, and he's a border collie mixed with like a probably German Shepherd, but we say Australian Shepherd because that's what gets us into apartments. And because there's so many breed restrictions where I am. But then Precious, the cute little kitty over there, you can't see her, but she is I want to say technically she's kind of like, a mixed breed, but she looks like a purebred Siamese. And so like I am allergic to cats, but I read online that there are certain breeds that produce less of the like FeLD1 protein, and Siamese cats are one of them. So I got her, and it was kind of a funny story when I got her. I went to the shelter, and she was just this little tiny little kitten. And so I was just like, well, and I just like put her up against my face and rubbed her around to see if I would start to have like itchy eyes, runny nose, that kind of thing. And I didn't. And so I stole her right then and there, and I took her home with me.
I'm allergic to cats. Let's rub this cat against my face.
And like I specifically didn't take any like allergy meds or anything because I was like, I need to see what this is like really like. And
we're diving right the fuck in.
Okay. Yeah. I am 100% jumping with both feet at all times.
Bree Moonfire says, oh wait, that was the wrong one. Here we go. Says, what could go wrong?
Probably a lot of things. But
probably a lot of things.
I don't know. I tend to throw caution to the wind a fair number of times. So
yeah,
it's just part of who I am.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm also the type to like overthink everything, but I will throw caution to the wind.
Wait, those two things. How did those two things collide in your life?
Well,
please tell me more.
It's called anxiety. No,
never heard of her.
What is anxiety? Tell me more. This is a new experience.
Yeah, no. So it's this newfangled thing that the kids have dreamt up, supposedly.
It's a new kid thing. I got it.
Yeah, for the youngsters. No, so it's weird because I want you guys to picture. Like, I was a software engineer.
Okay.
I guess I have to say that because not everybody knows that. But I
think we all assumed. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, okay, the software engineer to trans girl pipeline is 100% a thing. But I basically used to be like super introverted. It was so bad. Like, I want to say COVID hit. I was working remote. I had friends that were all long distance. I did all the nerdy hobbies. And like, I just didn't really see people a whole bunch. And yes, anxiety does sound hot. All the hot girls
Yes.
have all the anxiety. We hoard it.
Fuck yeah.
But no, so I just ended up super isolated after COVID, and I was like, well, we're gonna make a change here. And I started working as a barista. I started making friends, and then I started socializing, like going out to bars, which is something you like read about and see in movies, but like
Yeah.
unless
What's
unless
that
you're
like?
going to bars, it's not something that like really happens a whole lot. Well, it turns out it does. You just gotta like choose to do it, you know? And after that, I kind of just got the taste for being around people, and now you can't stop me. I'm a fiend for it.
Would you say that your transition helped to kind of power you through
Oh,
the anxiety?
100%.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No. So I want want you guys to picture, right, that like, and maybe you'll all get this pretty vividly. You walk past the mirror as you're about to go out, and this is like pre-transition, and you see the mirror and you're just like, no. But then you got to go out
No.
anyways, right? Because people are
Yeah.
expecting you to go out, but you don't feel good. And then you're anxious the whole time. I'm constantly checking, like, is my clothing fitting right? And now, right, I still do all of those things, but I don't like doubt myself now. Like, the only thing
Yes.
that gets me is like my voice. And like, that's just because every person that is at least 30 to 35 plus and is like a cis non-queer oriented person will hear a voice, and regardless of what you look like, they'll hit you with that sir. And I'm like, I'm gonna need you to chill. I'm wearing a tutu right now, okay? Like,
It's such a
I'm in
weird
full
thing.
makeup.
It's such a weird thing because it's like there are so many older people who have such a range of voices as well, and it's
Mhm.
like I what was it, like last year sometime we were working on changing over our systems, and one of the ladies that was there as one of the managers of this changeover of the systems, she had a like deeper voice than I had pre-transition. Like it was just like, what the hell? It
Yep.
like absolutely just like any dysphoria I had about my voice, gone instantly. It was fantastic. Best thing I ever did.
Can I
Yeah, no.
soapbox for a second about that?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh no, here we go.
This is why transphobia hurts everyone. Because there are cis women out there with voices much deeper than any of ours on the stream, and much deeper than anyone out there who's trans femme, and the opposite of the spectrum too. And there are cis men out there with higher pitched voices than any trans man, and it's just anyway.
Yeah.
Long story short,
it just hurts everyone.
transphobia is bad for everyone, so stop it. Just stop it, society. All right? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Well, that obviously fixed all the problems. Like,
I mean, that's what I
think
do,
saw
right? That's
Trump stepping down. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean,
If
I
only.
I completely understand the voice dysphoria though, because of the fact is that you're right. I mean, I work in reservations, so I mean, all of my conversations are over a phone. So, you know, it's like I talk to somebody for usually the average phone call is about 10 minutes. 10
Okay.
minutes, they get a snapshot of me in that 10 minutes just from my voice. So I completely understand.
No, so I work at FedEx, right? Not like the distribution center, but more like the print shop office kind of thing, where you would go to drop off a package if you wanted to ship something. And a lot of that is actually on the phone because you're calling customers to say, hey, this is your order, it's ready, come pick it up. Or they call us to say, hey, is this something that you can do for us? And the number of times where I've picked up the phone and then somebody's come in and was like, I spoke to a gentleman, and there's nobody but women works at my store. So it's like, there's no gentleman here.
I've heard that so many times, because exactly that. They'll talk to me on the phone and then they'll show up at the front desk saying, I just talked to this gentleman. Nope.
No, you didn't.
Like, excuse me?
Yeah. But yeah, no. So I don't know. That's vocal dysphoria is something that kind of like ebbs and flows. Sometimes I wake up and like I just get that like super deep, like sleepy voice, and it sounds.
I love a good super deep sleep voice, though.
You get it. Okay, so
It's good though.
I was talking to somebody, and I recorded like a small snippet, and I was like, hey, my voice is so deep today. And then I played it back, and I was like, honestly, this sounds like those voice actors that play the like really hot like fuckboys in any video game you've ever played. So but then later that day, we're back to this.
Clickety clackety.
Clickety
clackety.
Oh, you can hear my keyboard. I am so sorry. Oh my god.
Oh, it's okay. You can hear mine too when I type. It's fine. I mean, it's a really good keyboard sound. I mean, it's would be good Foley work for like hackers.
ASMR, yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Is it a mechanical keyboard, or is it?
Yes.
See, that's why, right?
Yeah, I also have a mechanical keyboard, a leftover of my my gaming days back when everybody was doing, Razer products.
What do you mean back in the day? I still have Razer products.
Okay, just because I have like a Razer Black Widow keyboard sitting in front of me right now, like it doesn't mean that it's still in. People are making their own like custom keyboards these days. I'm pretty sure.
It's true. My friend at work built her own custom keyboard from like custom ordered parts. They're just kind of like modularly fit together. It's
just
so
snap keys off, and then you can put in new switches and everything.
In that way, she is much more nerdy than I am, and that's the only way, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we jumped into a little bit of the nerdy part, but what other hobbies and interests and things like that do you have?
Okay, so I am a very big nerd. And you might be thinking, what? No, you're a model. You can't be a nerd. And I want you to know that for like a not insignificant part of January, I was playing RuneScape, okay? Like unapologetically. So if you think it's not possible, it definitely is. But yes, we will get to the photography. I also really like to do writing, like creative writing. I was almost a published author. It was more so I just kind of burned out on it, and the contracts that I was kind of like offered, I didn't really vibe with, because they very much like sign your soul away on the dotted line, and I didn't want to be a corporate book slave. Hey, most of the models I know aren't nerds. Just as a counterpoint, most of the ones that I know are like the stereotypical kind of like conventionally attractive,
like a little bit vapid, maybe.
Yes, and so
I don't know what that's like at all.
A good majority of them super nice, but like
yeah,
a little lacking in the culture department.
No offense to anyone out there.
Yeah. And so basically, I like to write. I'm a digital artist, and I'm a pagan. So that is not necessarily a hobby, more so like spirituality. And those are sort of, I'm getting into like cinematography and like photography in like me doing it instead of just people doing it on me. And I've had a lot of fun with that, actually. Ever since I got some more professional lights, I've been kind of just obsessed with taking better pictures. And yeah, more recently, I have been looking at more fashion oriented stuff, but like that kind of costs a lot of money. So I haven't really been focusing on that as much lately.
Fashion costing money? No.
Okay, there are some things out there that like you can do on a budget and you can make it look good, especially if you get like a good, not even necessarily good camera. All of the pictures that I take with my phone. And if I can get those to look good, then it's all about like lighting and accessories. Yeah.
Right. I do want to quickly jump back to the whole nerdy and, public image and things like that.
Yeah.
My whole thing with nerds and stuff like that got broke when I don't know if anybody knows Critical Role, but D&D sort of thing. Travis
What's
Willingham,
D&D?
this whole football guy, all of a sudden is playing D&D, and they got Vin Diesel there. And then it came out that people like, what's his name? Oh my gosh.
I think I know who you're going for.
It was like Joe, like
yeah, Joe Manganiello.
Well, there's that one too, but I was
name.
thinking of the Witcher actor.
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. He was late for filming because he was busy raiding in World of Warcraft. So it's like all of a sudden, which
obviously
still makes me laugh because
right.
Here is a professional A-list actor who's like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going raiding instead of doing my fucking job.
Well, and like, let's be real here. You don't get to raiding in World of Warcraft without putting in like a decent amount of like time. So like you got to get through like full mythic, and then
I have to imagine he was like, hey, I'm an A-list actor. They're gonna wait for me. You know what's not gonna wait for me? The raid. The raid waits 100%. For no one.
It really doesn't.
But I mean, that's just it. And so like we joke about, models and raiding and things like that, and how different peoples are doing all these nerdy things. And it's just it's come out a lot more that there is like, it's not the stereotypical Big Bang Theory type of nerds, which is one of the reasons why I don't like that show. But,
Yeah.
I have not played WoW Classic. Sorry, I was just reading the chat. I haven't played WoW Classic, but I played... God, I played the one right before Dragonflight. That's the last one I played, so...
I don't even remember what that one was.
It's like the second most recent one.
Battle for Azeroth, I think?
That might be it. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, it's been a little bit since I played last, so...
But chat wants to know what your WoW class is, and apparently somebody heard my alarm and I didn't.
Wow, that's impressive. I didn't hear an alarm.
Whose Kim Possible alarm went off is what? Pomchi _ Chi. I'm assuming Chi.
I probably am going to read myself for filth here, and I should have known ahead of time. But my WoW class was a druid because it was a shapeshifter. And like, if that wasn't an indicator of like wanting to change into other things, like, I don't know what else is.
Funny story, that was my main as well for the longest time.
Yeah, no, I got really good at arenas actually back in like late high school, early college. I ended up with like an over 2,000 arena rating.
There's another druid.
Yep.
Yep. I was a hardcore raider.
Shout out the Trans Kitchen.
Yep, yeah. There we go.
Well, that and like you could be a healer, a tank, and a DPS. Like, come on. I change my mind too often in order to like be locked into like one style of play.
I was that druid that played like way back in Burning Crusade, and we are totally going on a bunny trail, which is what I usually do. Because of the fact is that I was that healer druid that wanted to play Boomkin when there was 0 rolls for Boomkin.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Boomkin is. What is that?
It's like a mage attack oriented version of the druid. I want you to think an owl bear that stands on 2 feet.
Oh, I love owl bears so much.
It's pulling out D&D references. Don't mind me.
I wish we could show images
we all play
because
D&D
I would
here, so.
Yeah.
I would totally show the.
Yeah,
I think I'm the only
forever
person who like hasn't played or wanted to have shape-shifting as my superpower. That was never a thing
There's your
I really
boom
was
chicken.
interested in. That boom chicken is
Yeah.
That's a boom chicken.
okay. I don't like it as much as I like owl bears.
Owl bears are much prettier.
Yeah, sorry, boom chicken.
That's okay.
No, thank
Nobody
you.
likes the boom chicken.
So you didn't want shape changing as your superpower. I don't think that's what I would pick. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a power gamer when I play video games and or / tabletop. I like to be strong. So
I do too.
Like when it came to picking superpowers, I was always the one that would pick like probability manipulation, because you could just be like, the probability that like I suddenly walk
May the
upon
odds ever be in your favor.
Yeah, exactly. Walk upon a briefcase full of $1 million is 100%. What? No. So
I love that.
That's what I picked. Either that, I sort of mentioned it a little earlier. I'm a forever DM. So
yeah.
I end up the superpower that I really liked was the ability to like tell a story and have your players like sink into the story and play their roles, so like I usually thought of it as like and so our story begins, and then like everybody would get whisked away to a special land full of magic and all that other fun stuff until the story ended, and then we'd all come back.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Discord D&D sessions when?
Yeah, I'm here for
I've tried.
Wow. I will 100% DM a Discord campaign.
I think we have a larger sample size now, Samera, so we could probably try again. I think back then it was like 200, maybe like 150. Now it's like 450.
Oh my god, we're closing in on 500.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna
do it.
Yeah,
you can do it.
Lurkers are allowed.
Mm-hmm.
We love
100%.
lurkers. You're fine. Very valid.
Yeah.
Thank you for going on a tangent about D&D with us. I really appreciate that.
To.
D&D and World of Warcraft. Yep.
The hard part is getting me to shut up. Okay, so
you are doing.
That's amazing. A good thing you're on an interview show.
Yeah, trust me, I'll fill the time. You won't.
I love.
Won't be able to focus on anything else if you let me run away with things.
No, you've got the floor as much as you want.
Well,
yes, and the ceiling.
Yeah.
Whoa, I wouldn't go with the ceiling here. Whoa.
I know.
Yeah, no, I think my most recent campaign, I was doing a sort of like grim dark campaign set. There is a like campaign guide that was Ghostfire Gaming put out. They're just grim dark. I really like the kind of like nitty gritty. They introduce things like grievous wounds. They introduce like monstrous transformation, so you can be the thing that goes bump in the dark. And it was super fun to play.
I do like being creepy.
Well, yeah, because like you could be a vampire or a werewolf or like an eldritch abomination, and I was like, this is like cocaine for me. So let's get creative here.
Love this.
Yeah, I can't help myself. World building is my biggest hobby and passion. I'm actually working on like an outline for a book that I want to write at some point in the near future, that kind of highlights more like the trans struggle. It's kind of going to be set in a world where
In a world.
Oh,
the general setting is that people sort of like Avatar-esque, are like they bind themselves to like aspects of the elements and stuff like that. But you can be
Ooh.
bound to more than one. And as you kind of face these trials of power, let's say you align yourself to fire, right? Your hair might turn orange at like lower levels of power, but as you ascend to higher levels of power, you might get like fissures of like flame that like crackle along your skin, or you might have like fire that kind of like cosmetically radiates from your eyes. It changes your body more in like alignment with how you see yourself. And so the main character's struggle is going to be they don't like the way that they look, but as they are forced to kind of like challenge themselves and forced to grow more powerful, they'll find their body steadily shifting more towards like, because I'm sort of emulating the personal experience, from more masculine to more feminine, without necessarily like, making them your stereotypical like dainty critter. So that's sort of
All you dainty critters out there are still valid, but also
well, yeah,
muscle
okay.
bitches be doing it.
Okay, muscle mommies can get it 100% of the time. Just saying. I am not
You heard
immune.
it here first.
Yeah, I am not immune to lady night, and neither are you.
Oh my word.
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah. Like you think you may not be into mask, but then some heroine in like full plate armor comes and whisks you away, and you're like, oh, I see the appeal now.
Well,
The
I
whisking.
mean, I am kind of pansexual, so I mean, for me, it's like whatever works.
Yeah. Well, and I used to do like full armored combat. It's like
Say more right now.
yeah, I used to put on 50 to 60 pounds of like plate armor, and
That's too many. That's too many.
swing
Too many pounds.
That's
weapons.
insane.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, very dangerous. But like, I don't know, I've always liked doing things with my body, and I was super nerdy, and I was like, well, if I just put some armor on, I can go to this event and they'll let me swing an axe at somebody. Okay.
You're gonna let me do this? All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, it is a lot of fun. People in the
Trinity
chat
is
seem to
asking if
agree.
it's SCA or live steel.
It was SCA. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means.
But yeah, no, I didn't know I was going to be bringing it up, but we're discovering things live. But I actually, somewhere on my camera roll, I have a picture of me in this like really nice navy blue, like Japanese plate that a friend let me wear. And when I tell you running downhill in like heavy metal is...
Heavy metal.
Yeah. You become a tank, so like it's once you get moving, you don't stop until you hit something.
Did you ever say I'm the juggernaut, bitch? Sorry.
No, but I should have.
Oh my god.
I missed
Good old
out.
Vinnie Jones.
Yeah, I missed
That
out.
is so perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I did that a lot, and then I took like an injury, and I just decided it wasn't for me anymore, especially when I started transitioning. I lost a lot of muscle mass, because I used to be like 20 pounds heavier of just like pure muscle.
Yep. Yep, I was a Dorito chip shape.
Yes. Yeah. My
Yeah,
twins used
now
to
I'm
say that
like
I had wings
this.
because of my lats.
Because I feel ya.
And I'm thankful I've dropped as much as I have, because like otherwise I would not. It's still kind of a struggle to get some dresses over my shoulders, but otherwise it would have been impossible. Yeah, no, I 100% took an arrow to the knee. No, it was I took an axe to the neck, and
yes.
yeah, it. Whew, when
And
when,
yes,
when you feel
muscle-
bones move.
Oh yeah, you don't want that.
No,
Fun
no, you
fact,
don't.
the phrase I actually learned from someone, I forget who it was a while ago. The phrase I used to be an adventurer like you, and I took an arrow to the knee. It's not literal. It's supposed to mean like I got down on one knee and proposed to someone and got married,
Oh
which I did
my.
not realize until maybe about a year or so ago. And someone was like, "Yeah, that's what that means." I'm like, "Oh, I thought it was a
That's-
literal."
God, I took it as a literal
Yeah.
thing too. Oh my.
yeah.
Yeah,
Baffling me. Okay, wow. Reshaping my
welcome,
entire
world.
Skyrim lore.
yeah.
But yeah, that muscle atrophy thing is a complete truth about it. Like,
Oh yeah,
right?
I used
Like,
to be
this
able
is-
to do like all the pull-ups, and now I can't do a single one, and it's the most gender affirming
Yeah.
thing about me.
one of my favorite
I
memes
actually-
is still somebody took the voice of Robert Baratheon in Game of Thrones when he said, "Gods, I remember when I used to be strong," and it's just like the next image is somebody trying to open a jar, and it's just like,
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
my
See-
trans ass trying to open a jar.
I still try and be that bitch sometimes, and then it just hurts my fingies.
I think the way that it changed for me is I switched from skipping leg day constantly to only doing leg day,
Well, yeah, you need
which
the
is now my
glutes.
world now.
Yeah.
So I gotta rebalance that shit. But for some reason, my my grip strength remained, so I can still
Really?
open them jars.
Still
Yeah.
got the super gripper.
So I got the grippers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of do, depending on like the day. It almost feels like, because like my mom jars a lot of like veggies and salsas and things like that.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, "Here, we need this jar open." I'm like, "Shit." There's a
Yeah.
part of me
Right.
that's like, I want to give it to my dad, and then there's the other part of me that's like, no, I want to be
Yeah.
doing this.
Right? Like
No.
the first year for me, I lost the grip strength, and then like a year or two later, I was like, okay, we're back, baby. Just
Yeah.
opening jars like crazy.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's so interesting because I lost a lot of muscle mass, and I was like, well, you know, it's not the worst thing being on the thinner side, but also, oh yes, no, I actually have to do that sometimes because
The lid pop method is
Yeah.
what was on screen for the listeners who are not going to see
yes,
this.
sorry, totally distracted.
No worries.
I forgot that there's a whole audio only audience, but yes. So the lid pop method where you have to like squeeze it from the sides, it's saved my life more than a handful of times.
Yeah.
And because I at this point, if I can't open a jar, I just don't eat that anymore. You know, 'Cause I don't know where it is, but for Christmas I got a jar opener, like, you know, where it's like a whole thing where you like have to twist it. I thought it was a can opener at first, but it like clamps onto the side and then gives you a lever that you can like actually open
Give them
it
the
with.
clamps.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
wild. I didn't even know that was a thing, but like I guess you got to think about like who uses that kind of things. Most of the time it's probably people with like a disability. So there you go.
There you go.
Leverage does matter.
Let me put that one on
Shout
screen.
out to people with
Leverage matters.
disabilities making our, things for us too.
Yeah. Okay. Like sometimes a bitch needs help. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Right. When you accommodate disability, everyone wins.
Yeah. Everybody benefits.
The more you know. Riv, edit in a more you know right here. No, I'm never gonna do that. I'm not gonna have time
I was
for that.
quick. Yeah,
wish I
no.
No, don't get me started.
I mean,
I'll start calling.
I know
for-
how to. I could. I'm not gonna have time for that.
I'll start calling.
Your
for
girl's
special
busy.
effects.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So that's sort of been I don't remember how we got onto that tangent, but we're there, and
That's
now we're
that's
here.
what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah.
One of the things from earlier, somebody was asking about your photography tools. I'm totally mispronouncing it. I don't give a
Mhm.
fuck. But your photography tools that you use for doing all your shoots and things.
Yeah. So, when it comes to like the tools and stuff that I use, I actually work with a lot of photographers who have their own special like lighting and equipment. But typically, it's usually like an umbrella flash and or like a flash with a softbox. I don't think they usually use grids in order to like direct it, because in photography, when it comes to modeling, you actually kind of need to do a little more than you think in terms of lighting. Lighting is your number one thing, as you can sort of tell.
Yes.
I have very intentionally placed lights, like
I'm going to
even for
consult you
this.
about that for my setup, by the way.
100%. No. So right now I have two cob lights or continuous blast lights. I have two of those, one as a key light in order to like light my face, and then another as a fill light to light the space, and then less harsh on the shadows. And then I have two separate lights in order to be on theme for the podcast. But when it comes to photography, a lot of it can be more practical than you think. For example, I just recently did a run of pictures that you can actually, if you go into the Discord, I posted a handful earlier today on the Selfie Stick Wholesome Edition channel.
Woo!
Where I
Shout out to the Discord.
yeah, where I did an entirely practical lighting shoot, and I just kind of it's all about posing in relation to the lighting and everything, and then just a little bit of tweaking in post with Lightroom, which you can do for free. You don't need the super crazy stuff, or like to pay a heavy subscription. It's just a matter of like figuring out where to put lights. It's the same thing with makeup. A lot of the times you kind of have to go over the top with makeup, because the cameras that photographers are working with are so good that you could count the pores on your skin. And so you have to very specifically kind of mask a lot of that with heavier makeup. And then even if the makeup isn't perfect, the heavy flash will like wash out a lot of the imperfections that you have, which gives you that kind of almost kind of flawless look. Because to my knowledge, most of the photographers that I work with, while they do some editing, they don't change my structure at all. Like they don't make my nose look straighter or anything like that.
Good.
Retouching is mostly just light corrections. I don't think that they're actually like making my skin appear clearer or anything like that. A lot of that effort is done before the picture even is taken. So yeah, that's kind of what that looks like. You can take pictures without flash. You just need to rely a little bit more on natural light. If you've got a camera on your phone, or just like a raw camera that lets you change like exposure values and stuff like that, that's going to be how you get the really good pictures, is a lot of light, a low exposure, and then probably an ISO of like 100 to 400, and then keep your shutter speed from being too low, because it's gonna make it really hard. But yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of like research on this stuff, so I could talk about it for a while. But when it comes to photography, at least, and my role as a model in it, they have either, it's interesting because sometimes they just use small flashlights, not flashlights in the sense that you think, but like but like small individual, like sit on the top of your camera flash, but you can detach
Okay.
it. Exactly, Bree. And using a $2 Radio Shack flashlight to do some outdoor night lighting stuff can get you really nice punchy contrast shots that like
Nice.
You could even do like a silhouette where, you know, you're mostly in shadow, but you get the light acting as like a, because you could angle it so that the moon is behind you and use a flashlight that somebody's holding like behind your head in order to cast like luminance. And then that only costs $2 and, you know, a little bit of drive time to set up. But yeah, it's all about getting creative and kind of doing a little bit of research on what it takes. Some photographers that I've worked with are sporting upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars of lighting equipment, and those pictures do look incredible. A, because they're an incredible photographer, but B, they're also working with some of the best tools out there. But then again, I have other shoots that I've done where it was a single point light and, you know, a backdrop, and all of a sudden, you know, I've got one of the, like, I'll aim to post it in, is there a Discord chat you'd prefer any like example pictures be shared in?
Oh my gosh.
Goodness. If they're of you,
They are.
then probably the selfie wholesome selfie stick wholesome edition.
Yeah.
Also, if you want, if we can, I know you passed over a couple of photos to us. Do you want us to share those on screen on the stream right now?
Yeah, go for it.
Some examples of your stuff.
Yeah, I recently had a photo shoot done working with a lot of designer clothing, and it was because I didn't really have much in the way of portraiture shots. And so I was like, well, we can two birds, one stone this. And yeah, so here is a little bit of a leak, a teaser for that shoot, because I haven't posted it yet anywhere else. So
we're going to see.
It's
my first time using the share screen option in Riverside, so we're going to see how this goes. All right.
And thanks for opening the can of worms that is the everybody asking for more channels. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. We've got too many channels, y'all. We need a channel culling to happen. Is what we need to have happen.
Oh, it's coming. But yeah, if it's selfie stick, if it's selfies and you're showing off yourself, then there's always the selfie stick wholesome edition. Or if you're trying to show off, you know, styles of your shooting and stuff like that, there's always Art Misc, which is there as well. Yeah. Or if you don't know,
I'll go ahead. I'll post it in selfie stick wholesome edition just because it is of me. But the picture that I am posting in there, that was taken with what effectively amounts to two like standard orange cast lights, taken one like directed only on my face, and then one as a backlight, and then a backdrop. Obviously, you know, there's like props and stuff, but like for the most part, really simple lighting and just set up ahead of time. It's stuff that people could 100% do on their own.
Don't worry, I'm still trying this thing. I might not be able to do it because it is wanting additional permissions on my laptop, and it wants to close the browser to do that.
Oh, well.
Let's not do that.
Let's not do that. Let's see here.
We could probably... I know we talked about doing a break. Do we want to quickly do that, and Riv can share those pics and things like that during a break?
I
got it to work. Screen. Yeah, let's do a break, and I will... we can all turn off our cameras for the time being and take a quick intermission, and the folks in chat can take a look at these wonderful photos. I'll kind of scroll through.
Yeah,
absolutely. Sounds wonderful. So we'll take a quick 5-minute breaks, everybody. Go grab some water, go do bio, do some self-care, and we'll be back with some more time with Theia. Thank you. Yes.
And don't forget to mute your mics too.
Way ahead of you.